That's a big one. He's powered over the man and scored! Oh, what a claim! And what a try! Good afternoon and welcome to Medway Park, where this afternoon we've got more live wheelchair Super League action here and a couple of cracking games to come up, including the Leeds Rhinos against Hull FC to come. That is our next kick-off, and we round off the afternoon here with should be a cracker, London taking on Halifax. I'm Mark Wilson, joined by the England team manager John McMullen this afternoon. Teams about to make their way out here, John. Another round. We're getting close to the business end of the season now. Yeah, definitely. The season's heating up now, concluding with the final magic round of the 3 we've had with our visit to Birmingham, down at the first initial ones, and concluding over here in Medway now, and a nice visit to Newcastle in the middle. So it's a new concept that we've put together with teams available, but it's fantastic to be here today in what is one of the first venues to play wheelchair rugby league. Yeah, been here for internationals with England before. 2 teams lining up then here. Leeds in the blue and amber, and they're at full strength. There's our official, Kim Abel, taking charge of things here. Welcome you along on the Sportsman this afternoon. Leeds will be confident of a victory here against the Hull FC side, who are missing a couple of key players. I think it's fair that we do pay mention to that. Martin Norris and Billy Swain are not available for Hull today, so Hull are going to have their hands full. There's Tom Halliwell, the England captain, OBE. But you might notice he's not got his boots on today because he's left them on the team bus. Yes, as with all preparation, they come to try and get ready and organised. But yeah, tough day for anybody when you're playing against the Leeds Rhinos, who's on form and playing some fantastic wheelchair rugby league at this moment in time. Talking with James Simpson, the head coach, just before the game, he's saying he's looking for a strong start with a good 20 minutes. He's then going to interchange a few of his players to give plenty of game time to them for the middle 40, and then he's going to try and finish really strong today. Whereas Mike Swanger, in his conversations, it was a case of getting through the game today and working as hard as they can collaboratively. Yeah, well, we're underway. The high kickoff is caught on the full. Well taken as well by Hull, who have it. It's Tristan Norfolk with a catch there. It's a tricky one, isn't it, for Leeds, because this is their last game before the Challenge Cup final, when they go head-to-head with the Catalan Dragons, a rematch, of course, in that one. So there's things that he'll want to work on, James Simpson, but he's got to have one eye on that game, hasn't he? Absolutely, and I think one of the things you'll get today from Hull is their commitment. Tristan Norfolk, they're just stepping up this season and being invited to the national performance squad, along with a couple of other players, and he's really showing what he can do. And what we'll get today is similar to Catalan. Hull FC will try to throw the ball around and confuse the defence, which is where James's side will be looking to defend it and get ready for that Challenge Cup final. Yeah, well, Hull bringing the ball up towards the halfway line, then early stages here, and they're going to look to put the kick in. It's a clever little kick, but Collins is across there, will gather it, and he's well tackled by Sherwood over on the far side. Here's Clibbins. I know James Simpson, when I spoke to him, was expecting a really tough opening encounter here. Hull, one of the new teams in the competition that is expanding, and hopefully more teams joining as well, John. So it's exciting times for the sport, isn't it? It absolutely is, yeah. And what you'll see there is Ewan Clibbins, again, one of the MPS players pulled into the squad, just with his change of pace and acceleration. And you'll see the numbers and the speed at that to try and take the ball forward, playing some offloading stuff, which is free-flowing, it's fast and it's good to see. And then you'll see him reloading and change that tempo of the speed of the game all the time. Well, there they go, first try, and that's just a simple hands manoeuvre, and Leeds are in front, and it's Jody Boy-Ward with the score. That's the opening try of the afternoon for Leeds. Nice, simple hands. And the problem you've got when you're playing Leeds, as you mentioned, that pace. We saw Clibbins initially break the line, but once they break your line, you're in deep trouble, aren't you? Absolutely, and the part with that is the support play. They're constantly pushing the chairs, and it's something that Fraser Leah, it's like in the running game where your players and your pivots are moving constantly, and the fullbacks are going round to kind of make up the numbers. In wheelchair, if you're constantly moving, you're constantly a threat, and that's what was executed really well there. And just showing Jody scoring a try as a limited movement player, being able to score by placing the ball on the wheel. This is the only pitch in the UK that has wheelchair rugby league marked out ready on the red lines, as you can see on the pitch today. But yeah, fantastic opening start for the Rhinos. Yeah, I think Collins will be disappointed he couldn't add the extras there, but 4 points to 0 it is, and a good start for the team, looking to get their hands back on the crown. We had that fantastic Wheelchair Super League grand final last year, didn't we, when Halifax just held on to win it. We'll see them in action later on the Sportsman as well. But the battle for the top 4 and a place in the playoffs is hotting up, and I say we're in for an interesting last few rounds of the wheelchair season, and the events keep on getting bigger and better, of course. And the Challenge Cup final just what, 3 weeks away now.
Yeah, and what the coach will be telling the players now is let's kick deep, try and keep the ball in play. Let's work hard and defend, and where we can disrupt and slow down the tackle technique so that it's otherwise you get the turn and offload, as you've just seen there from Jody Boyd-Ward. Good support play by Nathan Collins, and now they'll go at him with numbers.
Yeah. Good run up the middle from Halliwell. Here's Collins again, looking to get his hands on it. There's another line break here. Clibbens uses the support on his outside. They're racing away here. Can the whole defence get back? No, they can't. And that's the second try. Nathan Mulhall with a score. And again, it's sheer numbers and the speed and the skill and the execution of the skill that bust open Hull's line. 8 points to 0.
Yeah, great support play there by Mulhall. He saw the spur bit of gap again. Clibbens creating havoc in that defence as Collins took the ball to the line. He accelerated through, offload straight away, knowing full well he's got enough push in his chair to get over that line. And he did have the support from Jody Boyd-Ward should he have needed it.
Yeah, he wasn't going to pass up that opportunity. Great offload there from Clibbens, and Mulhall getting away despite the best efforts of the Hull defence, and touches down in the corner. And Collins will get another go here to open up his kicking account. Ball on the tee. Sends this one on its way. That one looks better. Well, the thing you find with good goal kickers, whatever rugby league you're playing, they don't often miss twice from a similar spot, do they? And Nathan Collins, the England International World Cup winner, slots one over from the sideline, and it's 10-0.
Yes, Nathan's kicking percentage has got to be the highest in the game. He's consistent with his not only place kicking from the tee, but also in play kicking by keeping the ball in and making every competition to chase a ball and to try and get it back as soon as they can. And I think the thing is now for Hull again, try and repeat, complete the set and get the ball in the Leeds Rhinos half. One
of the great things about wheelchair rugby league is the fact that the ball is constantly in play. However, that's not going to help Hull now, because it's very difficult, isn't it, to slow a team like Leeds down. They can't do it by foul play. They'll concede penalties. And now we're seeing Collins dummying the kick coming forward. He is tackled on this occasion. As now here is Halliwell. Nice pass to Mulhall, who was tackled. That was a good shot, goes in there from Norfolk. Did well, but it's a quick play of the ball, and Collins is too quick. And Collins is racing away. And it's a third try for Leeds. Well, that was all too easy, but Collins showing his blistering pace. And he's in. 3 tries in the opening 6 minutes for Leeds here. They lead 14-0.
Yeah, again, it's that change of pace and tempo. Nice play the ball by Mulhall. He saw that 2 of the Leeds players were still retreating, which meant their chairs were facing the wrong direction. And to kind of get them and catch, you saw the players, Tristan and the player out wide here going back. Nathan saw that opportunity, and he knows how quick he can be once he's going at pace, and you're not going to stop him.
As a kick is good. Nathan Collins from right in front converts his own try, and it is 16 points to 0. Now watching one of the elite teams in wheelchair rugby league in the Leeds Rhinos, and they're going to be ruthless. They're going to take every opportunity they can. There'll be no letting up today. And for Hull, it's going to be a tough old afternoon, but I said they're a relatively new team in Super League, and you know they're going to learn, and sometimes in sport you've got to learn the hard way, haven't you?
Absolutely. There, as we get restarted with that, the kick, pressure and chase, doing the basics right. But what Hull are doing really well in the city, they're actually supporting and developing the OKR team to set up as well now. So numbers are playing across multiple teams. There, as you see, Collins accelerating through a part of a gap.
Yeah, and for those new viewers, you'll see a lot of that. Players out of the chair, but they just bounce back up. Some athletes, these, as they run around for Clibbens, who tries to work the middle of the field. Looking again for a quick play of the ball as Hull retreat. Little kick over the top. Danger here. Mulhall going for the ball, and he gets it. But was he tackled in time? I don't think he was. It's going to be a second for Mulhall. The little kick over the top. The finesse. They got the bounce. It was a little bit unfortunate for the covering Hull defender. Mulhall in again, and it's 20 points to 0.
Yeah, great little set play. You can see they've worked on it. The gap opened up there, whereas you would have hoped that the Hull defence would have come together there with Mike Mooney coming in tight. Instead, separated between Tristan. They've got the look of the ball and bounce, and quick to capitalise on it and never look a gift horse in the mouth, as they say. Yeah,
second try for Mulhall. We'll be hoping for a few more opportunities this afternoon as well. Leeds just having a chat there as Collins comes forward to take the goal kick. We'll be looking to add the extras.
They've sorted it, I think.
Yeah, this is a saving grace. Nathan does like to take his time and use his full allocation of time permitted in the game. Just composes himself and hits it over and slots it between the H's.
Yeah, well, they do, don't they? Again, the best kickers in the game, they've got their routine. Wherever it is on the field, they'll go through that routine. Here we see again the try. Halliwell with a kick, and they just needed the bounce there. There were black and white shirts in the picture, but they just couldn't get hold of the ball. And even the best teams in the business need a little bit of luck now and then, and the ball bouncing in favour of Leeds. Did I hear this week that St Helens are going to launch a wheelchair team as well, which is great for the game as a kick-off bobbles in goal. So Hull will finally get their hands on the ball, hopefully, here.
Yeah, in some good territory. Yes, you are correct. St Helens Foundation with Steve Leonard and a few of the volunteers there applied for some legacy funding, was awarded by the Rugby League World Cup some investment for purchase of chairs, and they're just ready at their inclusion round in Super League. They had on Friday, I think it was announced that the wheelchair team will be starting up very shortly, and it's a new team participating again as Hull come forward with Nathan Sherwood bringing it offloading to Tristan.
Be interesting what they can do. They've not had any ball, have they, for the last 5 minutes or so, Hull here. So can they knock up a decent attack here? They're trying to work their way forward. It's Norfolk again who's leading the charge. He gets it away. They're coming through here through the middle. That's David Gill, who's wrapped up. They want to quick play the ball if he can. They're trying to get numbers to that right-hand side. There could be a chance here. No, they're kicking back across the field. Will they get the bounce of the ball? Clivins gets it, but he's tackled in goal. Well, that was an inventive bit of play there from Hull, and they're going to get another set here.
Yeah, that's what they've got to do now. Not force the passes, not force the play, go through the process and make sure Nathan, a nice little kick across field back into play and put him in a good potential, but that's a massive mistake there and a good chase by Ewan Clivins to get the ball back for Leeds Rhinos.
Yeah, it is. Well, they say never let the Rugby League ball bounce, but on this surface it literally can go anywhere, and it is tough on Hull there. They couldn't get the ball, but Clivins has it now. Flicks a pass too quick, but look at the reaction of Collins there. Presence of mind just to bat the ball back, and Leeds maintain possession, and here they come again, flooding through the middle, but Collins wasn't tackled, not been tackled yet. Gets the ball away just in time. Play on, says the official. Now they're going to go back, saying that the tag had been removed, and if the tag is removed, that's how you make the tackle in wheelchair rugby league, and you've got to replace it before you can play the ball.
Absolutely. Split seconds in between a tag being on and off there, and you could see the match official pondering that, and I believe got it right in that situation. But a lovely little kick. It's still in play, forcing Hull to have the drop out and take the ball dead. As a superb kick there from Collins.
Yeah, you could see Swanger was willing it over the line, wasn't he? But it just wouldn't take that one more bounce. Here's the goal line restart at the other end that saw Leeds get the ball back. But Leeds will get it back on this occasion as well, because it's a deep dropout, and Halliwell trying to wrestle off the attentions of the Hull FC defenders. Does well.
Yeah, Sherwood's doing lots of work there in that defensive line, the pressure on the kicker, and it was a great chase from him to put that pressure and stop the offload from Tom. Yeah. And turning around and keeping the ball alive is where the threats become. And had that interception not come through there by Gill, it would have been a try time, but it's a zero tackle now.
Yeah, it's a try saver, isn't it, from Gill? He knows what's coming if he lets that ball go past him. Here is Halliwell again. Centre field is wrapped up this time. Good defensive effort there from Mike Midgley.
Yeah, you'll see there Ewan Clivins a quick interchange with Josh Butler making his entry into the field now, as they've had a puncture on a tyre, which meant he's interchanged him probably earlier than the coach would have liked, but Josh straight into the action here.
Yeah, and he gets the bounce and he's away, and he is one of the quickest in the business, make no mistake about that. And Josh Butler streaks away to score. Well, Hull were doing well defensively, middle of the park, but Leeds showing it's not just passing that you've got to deal with, it's the kick threat as well. And Halliwell, well, it's a planned move, and Butler on the end of it. He's always going to get there first.
Oh, he's ultra quick, he's Josh, as you see there from the push on that chair. Just plays clutching at straws, trying to get hold of his tags. As he came on, he's full of energy and beans, and straight away Tom Halliwell saw the opportunity, and Josh was on it straight away. Yeah.
Collins then from bang in front. Well, to make it 4 from 5 for him. And the kick is good. It is 28 points to 0 here on the Sportsman. Don't forget, still to come this afternoon, we'll see London take on Halifax. 2 teams at the top end. That is sure to be a blockbuster. I'm just looking down the Halifax team, and it looks as though they have made use of their loan agreement, if you like, with the Catalan Dragons. We're going to see Seb Bashar, a World Cup winner with England. He will line up for Halifax, and also the French international Jeremy Bosson as well. So that game promises to be an absolute cracker, because there's some England internationals on show as well for London. So very much looking forward to that one coming up, and that's going to have a big say in who finishes where in the playoffs.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, without writing it down, if Halifax win that game, it puts them back into contention to finish in the top 2 places. Whereas if London win it, I think it puts London in that contention. So there's definitely a lot to play for in that game, and London having the spoils from the last fixture, it's really competitive. Yeah. I think the ball just going dead there off Nathan Collins' hand from a poor pass. It went into touch, which now gives Hull an opportunity to take it forward with Mike Swanger there. Yeah, and he's tackled 4 metres away. Ball now comes in field. They're going to go through the hands here. Oh, big shot goes in from Collins, and that knocks Sherwood out of his chair. He'll get back up. Yeah, so he just caught him on the sweet pot on the chair there, pert at the corner point to the front of the wheelchairs, and taking it forward. But they'll not be pleased with that. Tristan taking the ball and probably trying to overplay in that situation, and they've just got to build pressure there and complete, get to your kicks rather than forcing it to score tries in these good opportunities. Yeah, and that the problem is, look at the hands there from Halliwell. Butler weaves his way through one. Good tackle in the end, and he was tackled. He'll have to come back. Penalty. He was pulling on the back of his shirt there as he was going forward, so the match official giving benefit, see if they go through. It wasn't on, so she penalised him for the pull on the back of the shirt as well. One hand is trying to take the tag off, and the other hand's pulling on the shirt there from Tristan, as you can see. And in the wheelchair format of the game, it is pushing and pulling really that are the sins, isn't it? You know, absolutely. It's not so much the high tackling as it is in the running game. It is pushing and pulling because of the danger that it causes to the players. Yeah, well, you see here with the tagging as they're doing it, the reason that they go to take a tag off one arm and then change it off the other is to distract the players. It's the kind of dark arts of wheelchair rugby league, and the ones that do that the best tend to be the most competitive on the pitch. Here comes Halliwell then, looking now to work it out wide. They've not got hold of him now. It's a double tag, but that was simultaneous, so that is allowed. Yeah. There's no attempt to slow the game down there, just a genuine attempt to tackle as Mulhall dumps the ball out wide, and they are in. Jody Boyd-Ward over for the second. This time does touch the ball on the ground, and that is another try. 6 in total already here for Leeds, and just proving that Hull, if they are going to give away penalties and cheat possession, and Leeds are going to make them pay. Yeah, just lovely hands there, start to finish. Tom Halliwell played the ball over on the left-hand side of the field. Nice and easy to Nathan, took it forward, drawn 2 plays in, and exactly the same by Nathan and Josh, which left space on the edge there for Jody to push over quite simply. Yeah, so a kick at goal, different kicker now, of course, and it's going to be Tom Halliwell who will take over the kicking duties. What a year he's had, by the way, on the back of that World Cup win. We'll talk about that in a moment, see if he can add the extras here. Then his first attempt is a kick from the sideline. Gets it high. Did he get it? He did. That's a great kick.
And it is over, and it is 34 points to 0. Look, John, you were obviously involved. You're the team manager, if you like, for England. The World Cup experience, did you ever imagine it would lead to what it's led to, OBEs, for some of the players involved? They got to Wimbledon, they were at the Rugby League World Cup final, they're guests of honour. I mean, they've done it all, haven't they? Yeah, absolutely, and fully deserved as the top athletes in the world in their chosen sport, and wheelchair tends to be that avenue and venue. Yeah, it's been exceptional. We've had great opportunities bestowed upon some of the players, some of the staff as well, which has just pushed the next level of sport forward for us, and I think it just says in your chosen field and recognition, the TV, the opportunity the World Cup did for our sport was amazing. Not only just at the World Cup and playing in fantastic venues and experiencing on the full-size pitches, etc., but actually what it did pre-World Cup was with the posters. You'll see a lot of the plays in new chairs. Each club's been set up, so the legacy started well ahead with the development team and activity. Look at that for a skill there. Two England teammates, Halliwell to Collins. Another planned move. Halliwell's kicking game has been exceptional in the opening 19 minutes, and he sets up another try, but that was almost telepathic, wasn't it? Oh, unbelievable skill set there from both of the players. He gets the ball nice and early. It's planned moved, it's been called. You could see that from the communication. He's out as wide as he could be. It was dropped on an absolute button for him to pick up, and greatly executed with the speed of his push, and make sure that he gets under the post for the try. Yeah. So what next then for wheelchair rugby league? Obviously we've got the Challenge Cup final and the grand final to come, if you like, which is, you know, they're going to be televised as well, which again further exposes these elite athletes. Absolutely. There's Nathan just knocks over the two. He'll be playing in Sheffield for the Challenge Cup in a couple of weeks' time on the 20th at Sheffield English Institute of Sport, and playing in front of a big crowd on the BBC. And at the back end of the year, Sky Sports is a great partner as well, has supported on what we're doing, and we're going to be showcasing the wheelchair grand final around the same time as the women's and the men's grand finals as well. So the sport now has changed its ethos, along with PDRL, LDRL, other inclusive offers that we have in the development department, just making sure that there is opportunities for anybody and everybody that they can play the sport in the way that they would like to. Yeah, here come Leeds again then. Ruthless so far, as we knew they would be. Well, Hall gets it away. Butler wants a run. He's tackled. Hall desperately trying to slow it down. Halliwell comes again. Up the middle he goes. Well, they're still getting bodies in front though, still making the tackles. Yeah, he saw Nathan panicking a little bit there. Tom was about to play the tag, and he's like, two tags, you're not getting tag on, and communication's key in this sport. 5 players on the pitch, and you have also got to be kind of on the same understanding of when the kicks are going to be in, so the chase and the plays are there. Simultaneous tag there by Jody and Tom. Just good play and support from each other, and Tristan reading the play like, let's get set and go on our terms now. Yeah, well, got it back, bringing it off their own line. Very much like the running game, the play of the ball is an issue, isn't it? Because quite often the players don't know that a second tag maybe has come off, and they'll play the ball not realising, and obviously that turns over possession. Yeah, exactly that way, and this is a game of territory and possession, same as the running game. All the techniques and tactics are employed there, but it is one of the nuances to this sport that you've got to get used to checking both sides. And top of the game, OBE now is Tom Halliwell. Simple mistakes sometimes cost massively, and that's where your teammates are there to help you. Yeah, this is a good kick, turns Collins around. That was a better set from Hull FC. Sherwood, great chase on that kick there, then putting the pressure on. The issue is now they need to stay as one line and in sync in defence, otherwise this tempo change will catch him out. Yeah, here come Leeds again. Collins races onto the ball, gets the ball away, but he was tackled. So that was a good defensive effort again, middle of the park from Norfolk. So, well, they've got to take the little wins out of this. They're not going to win this game, but they're going to take the little wins out, and there's a knock on there. The pass from Butler goes to ground. Mulhall couldn't take it in, and that's it. You know, we've got to remember that this Leeds team has been together now for a number of years, whereas Hull is a new team, and And we mentioned at the start, they've got to learn. And the biggest thing for me, you mentioned there, that word pace, is that the elite teams play so much quicker, don't they?
Absolutely. In doing the basic skills all the way throughout, making sure that as much as you can, you've got hands on chairs. As you see Nathan Collins just come out of his chair there. Not sure how he did that. It looked like a chair mine to court. They're the injuries that, when you're not expecting to go down, tend to hurt a little bit more. And I think he's caught his hand on his bottom of his chair there as he went through.
Yeah, these you could feel that then, but I mean, these floors are unforgiving. They are obviously rock hard. Here now come Hull. Can they get their first points? A big cheer here at Medway Park, I'm sure, when they do get their try. As now they're coming forward here again. Sherwood leading the charge, looking to hold the ball away from would-be defenders. Now they move it across the field. Here's Gill. Gill will get it away. They're coming now. Now they've got a chance of creating an overlap. Can they use it here to get in at the corner? Tackle's not yet been made. They'll keep the ball alive. This is the best we've seen from Hull. Can they find another pass? Tackle not yet made. It is now. Well, they're near the line. This is the last one. They need to find a kick if they can. They might not need one. Oh, the tackle is made. And I don't think they realised that was the last one, but that's the best we've seen from Hull.
Absolutely, and turning over less than a metre away from your own line is absolutely the right thing to be doing. So from that perspective, it's a great set, probably the best that they've had. One of the things you could see in that defensive effort there from Leeds Rhinos, their defence is on point and in sync. Chairs facing the same way, showing the wheels at the same time. Very much like a snake or a caterpillar moving as Josh Butler nearly burst through there, just very tight call. But the defences that are most in sync and in line in communication are the ones that tend to be the strongest, and it was something that Tom Coyd worked very hard on with the England team.
Yeah, here's Mulhall. He's going to be tackled. Halliwell will have it now. I think he was eyeing up that kick over the top there, but he's going to be tackled, so Collins will get it. He will put a kick in, and now it's a race to the corner, and Butler's got in behind, but the bounce of the ball this time favours Hull FC, and it's out, and they'll get the ball back over on the far side.
Yeah, and it just shows split seconds difference in there. Addy got the kick off when he wanted to first look at it. The ball bounces the other way, it's still in field. Josh is first on that, but it now gives Hull the opportunity coming forward here with Sherwood to kind of do it. And the work that this fella, Mike Swanger, gets through in the game is phenomenal. And it's really nice to have his mum and dad here today as well, sat in the crowd watching as Hull fans travelling all the way down with them. Yeah.
And that, you know, even more so in this format of the game, family support and friends, and, you know, getting some of these athletes around is hugely important. And as with everything, volunteers and help always needed and always welcome.
Absolutely. We've got a game taking place in the sports hall next door today as well. We've got Gravesend playing against Medway Dragons as a development game that's taking place in the hall next door, and we've got a try-it session, so the kids that you can see around the pitch today and spectators, they've been getting in and out of chairs all day because they are the future of this sport and bringing them into it.
Yeah, error there from Hull. Unfortunately, Nathan Sherwood couldn't hang on to that pass. So an error from Hull FC, just trying to get his hands in the right spot to keep his chair moving, and he forgot to control the ball. And now the ball coming forward here with Halliwell. Halliwell slices through and he's away, and Halliwell will score under the post. Well, we've seen that kind of move from Tom Halliwell before. It won England the World Cup, didn't it, at the end of last season? But this a little bit more routine as Leeds score their 8th try. They lead 44 points to 0.
Yeah, great bit of individual skill, and one of the things that Tom Halliwell or any of the forwards, Nathan, love to see is when the line's coming up to them and facing on, it's harder to attack. When the players have got the backs to you, you've got the reading of it, and you've only somebody to show, pull a wheel in a certain way. He knows he can fit his chair through gaps that he shouldn't be able to get him through. In this case now, you'll see on the screens coming up, that player turns out half an inch, and it creates that opportunity for him to get through and score the points.
Yeah, as Collins, as expected, kicks the goal from right in front. Well, there'll be viewers with us on the Sportsman this afternoon. Some of them might never have seen a game of wheelchair rugby league. They might be wondering what on earth is going on here. We've got another game coming up as well. Two of the teams involved in the playoff mix, London, Halifax to come. That'll get underway around about 2:30 this afternoon. But for people at home who are thinking, This looks pretty good, this. How do they get involved, John? What do they need to do to become a wheelchair rugby league player?
Yeah, first and foremost, just visit the Rugby Football League website, and on there it's got a list of all community clubs and places that you can play wheelchair rugby league up and down the country, from Newcastle all the way down to London here and Medway, Betfred and Kent. And then after you've got that, what a great little kick-off there, just coming through.
Yeah, we mentioned the restart. Well, that was a little bit of invention. Hull have decided enough's enough. They're going to start producing a few tricks of their own here, and they've got the ball. The tackle finally is made. Centre field there on Norfolk, and they're going down the short side. They're trying to weave their way through. Tackle made by Halliwell. Try saver there on Swanger, but here come Hull again. They're going to go through the hands. Can they get it in at the corner? They're going to try and weave their way over. Now that is a try. They have scored. They have got their first points, and it's Tristan Norfolk in at the corner. The evasive skills near the line, and it all came on the back of a wonderful restart from Hull FC.
Yeah, so Nathan Sherwood picked up the ball after a short kick from Tristan, and then you saw Mike Swanger come onto the ball, create some havoc. The defence weren't there. They changed the tempo, and Tristan, being so long and gangly, keep moving 3 players around him, shuffling his chair along. It's still moving, and found the opportunity that he could reach over with that long arm stretch he's got and score the try, which was fantastic bit of individual skill off the back of some good teamwork and innovation.
Yeah, we'll be pleased with that. Just reapplying the tags. You'll notice that the players all have extra tags on their lap so they can re-tag quickly and get the ball back in play. Here's the kick then. Is it just going to go in? It is. It's a nice kick from Mike Swanger, so he's on the board as well this afternoon, and Hull FC, credit to them. Nifty little kick-off, and it results in Hull FC's first try of the afternoon.
Yeah, exceptional bit of play from Hull, showing the resilience off the back of being down 46-0, and showing that the game does have a pendulum on it, and sticking in the grind with them, you can turn it around and get some opportunities once you go through your processes. But just to kind of conclude on the contact the RFL's website, it'll tell you where the teams are going to be available for you to get involved, and then you can get into your local community clubs. There's opportunities for anybody, new beginners or people that want to try a different sport from other wheelchair sports. They're all welcome to come and join in, and it doesn't matter if you've got disabilities or not, you'll be welcome and put in a chair at your local club.
Yeah, and I think for those watching, think, well, this is a bit quick for me. It is just about getting people in a chair, isn't it? There's teams that are going to be really at all levels, from community level upwards, so don't be put off if you think it might be a bit too much for you early on. You'll be introduced to the game.
Yeah, I remember seeing you and Kyla Moore have your first sit in a chair in a push around, and actually you can move the chair quite well, and the skill is to be able to move the chair quite well, like Mike Swanger was doing, and then keep control of the ball.
Yeah, he's offload. Well, that's where I went wrong, John. I was, as Butler pumps off 2 tackles. He's still going, Butler. What a run this is. Cover defence comes across here. Can they make the tackle? Butler evasive. This is going to be a wonderful score. Gets the pass away. Halliwell will finish it off. But if there's a better try than that coming at Medway Park this afternoon, I want to see it, because that was sensational from Leeds. Butler heavily involved. Halliwell finishes it off for his second.
Yeah, he had no right to get through them gaps that was created there as he carried that ball forward. He kept moving, jiggling, pokering and moving his body, which made it very hard for the defenders to kind of stop that movement as he came through. Gripping hold and moving around. He evades Tristan first, who's over the chairs, then round Mike. Gill comes in to try and take the tags, can't get it. We have Mike come back, Mahoney from Hull. He turns him inside out, and a lovely ball as he brought Sherwood back in to Tom Halliwell to score under the sticks, which was an amazing try. Yeah.
It was that long, the passage of play, that we just missed Nathan Collins kick the goal, but he did get it. 52 points to 6. What a bit of skill that was. We're seeing some changes now from James Simpson, the Leeds boss. He's brought on a couple of his substitutes here. Paul Horrobin into the action, and as is Verity Smith as well. So changes being made here for Leeds. There's a kick just to prove that Collins didn't miss. We didn't think he would from there, but that was a superb try. And well, 9th of the first half so far. We knew it was going to be tough for Hull, but it's been a spirited effort so far. Thought they might have gone again for the little restart, but I think Leeds were on notice there, weren't they?
They was absolutely on notice, and as you saw, the chairs were starting to move as he went towards the kick, so that he was able to stop that opportunity taking place. But a nice early kick here from Halliwell.
Yeah,
Butler's chasing.
He is, and Butler's
going to win it.
And he's going to get it, and he's going to go in. And Butler again outpacing. Well, just when Hull think they've got Leeds penned in, it's the kicking game again, and that's 4 times, I think, now that they've scored from a kick. And the chase, immaculate from Butler, and we mentioned it earlier, he's so quick. It's a deep kick. Yes, you need the bounce of the ball, but Butler's just too fast, isn't he?
Well, I think it's that give-up mentality, and Josh has never give up on anything. He'll chase it all to the end until the referee blows that whistle, and that's a real skill set and key attribute to how Josh plays the game. But a fantastic executed kick and collection in using the fast plays and the scenario to the running game is actually looking at Fields and French from Wigan. That pace is blistering, and when you get them in the chairs like this, it's just you can't account for how quick Josh actually is with the push there.
Yeah, very good. Great finish. Another goal from Collins. He's even taking the goal kicks fast now, Nathan Collins. He's realising they're wasting time, waiting for him to kick the goal, so he's getting on with it, but it's another one for him. Leeds just really starting to pour it on just before the break, and as the kick not gathered there by Horobin. Took an awkward bounce for him. He couldn't quite reach down to get it. And now Hull will get the ball back, and Hull will look to build, and they've got to take the small wins that they can get, as that's good evasion again from Norfolk. Gets the ball away, taken forward by Sherwood.
Yeah, good defensive effort there by the Leeds Rhinos substitute Paul Horobin, straight on and into the action. He's a big unit in there, and making sure that he can make up for that error that he had in not collecting the ball from the kickoff. Yeah,
Collins. Well, tackle not made, it's dumped out wide, and Butler tries to effect the tackle on Sherwood, who is tackled touchline side. Hull lining up across the field. Can they? Well, they're going direct. They're going route one here. Tackle is made. Now they're pointing to the right-hand side, but it's a decoy because they're coming left, and they're in again. It's a second try, and it's Tristan Norfolk who's over. Well, we saw the decoy. They said they were going right. They went left, and as we've already seen from this fella, you give him half an inch, and he's going to get through it. Great work from Hull. Their second score of the afternoon.
Yeah, great bit of skill there by Hull, sticking in the grind and forcing that error from the kick again. So 2 tries from 2 errors from Leeds Rhinos falling asleep where there's been a kick made, restarts. I know for a fact James Simpson will be looking at that, but great opportunity taken there by the Hull FC players in building that pressure, because they did have numbers on the right side to play as well, but chose to go back down there with Tristan's long range in arms.
And it is one of the attributes of this game is that the play of the ball, the players will often sweep from one side to the other, or they might even line up behind the person playing the ball in a bid to cover where they're going to be moving, as this time Swanger can't add the extras, just pulls it wide of the far post. But they've got their second try, and it's good play, good invention from Hull FC, who've shown when they get the ball they're a threat.
Absolutely, and the concern that they've got is that the 5 players that are currently playing are going to be the 5 players that need to see the game out, so fatigue and tiredness, whereas James Simpson's been able to make the interchanges, bring in Smith and Horobin onto the pitch to participate. It will spell some of those plays, and I guarantee you no player wants to be sat on the bench, but it gives them that bit of rest and that bit more energy towards the end of the game. And James's comments are ringing in my ears about how he wants to finish strong.
Yeah, well, they've got that cup final. They're looking forward to that. Leeds, they want to regain the Super League crown as well, as the pass not taken, but ball went backwards, and Norfolk picks it up on the near side, and he's again looking to offload. He's the threat for Leeds. They've got to keep a firm eye on him, as the ball carted forward by Mike Midgley.
Yeah, Mike's very deceptive in what he do. Take note his pace of change, but he's very awkward to tackle as well, as is Tristan there, and that's why they get to keep the ball alive, as they're carrying it quite high. But a great double tag there by Horobin and Collins.
Yeah, ball works its way forward. Last tackle. They'll play the ball now. They're going to go through the hands. Now the kick down the touchline, but it skips away. Oh, now it does it. Has it gone out? I don't think it has.
8
yes,
meters.
the touch in goal judge said it did touch the line. It was tight, that, wasn't it? You look, first bounce, you think it's gone dead, and it just shows, John, why you can never give up on these kicks.
Exactly the point of Josh. It looks like it's bouncing and going dead, and then before you know it, it bounces back in. Match officials in the best position there to see the ball did go dead or didn't, and just made the tackle and gone into touch. So it's a whole possession again now, putting some pressure on.
Can they get a third score before the break? Here they go now. Ball taken in by David Gill. He'll get his tags back on, looking to play it now. They're going down the short side. Tackle is made over on that far side by Smith. And now they're going with Norfolk. Just drops the ball into Swanger's arm, and he just couldn't get through the gap. But they've got numbers here. There's another chance, and it's a hat-trick. Well taken.
They're going to pull it back for 2 tags here. I don't think Mike had a tag on his right shoulder there.
He's just sneakily trying to put one on there as he's coming away. And the referee, I think, has spotted that. John McMullen spotted it. He looks innocent to me.
He's like, oh no, but yeah, I think that is the right call there by the officials as well, albeit could have been a penalty towards Hull for the 2 tagging because it wasn't simultaneous, but the game goes on and we get on with the next jobs.
Yeah, well, Swanger will think himself a little bit unlucky there as Butler carries forward. Well, you mentioned that Hull are going to have to do it tough here. Only 5. They are missing a couple of key players. Martin Norris, the England international, Billy Swanger, not available either today. So it's tough for Hull, but they're making a good fist of this. They're not letting Leeds have it all their own way.
Not at all, and if you look at the defensive line now, the structure, the chairs are improving in this part of the game. The chairs are in line together, they're moving forward at the same time, so there's no gaps created in it, and then they're slowing down and working hard as Horrobin takes the ball forward there. Yeah,
great offload as well from Horrobin. Here now is Butler. Butler trying to evade, but he's tackled by Norfolk. Now plays it, looking with Halliwell. Halliwell was tackled.
Turnover there, guys.
That's going to be the turnover. So Halliwell caught in possession. It's not often you see that from Leeds, but maybe a mental error more than anything there. And Hull have got it back, and Hull just setting things up, settling things down as they bring the ball up towards the halfway line.
Yeah, that's great defence there from Collins. The way he's going from there, because they've not even made it past the gain line there as they go close to the ruck, and it's about creating where them chances are. The Leeds defence at this moment in time isn't as connected as it has been in that first 20, and as you can see the movement when the chairs are all facing in different directions, that's when you know that they're not as engaged and connected as they should be, whereas when they're getting it good, it's a case of making sure they go along at the same time.
Well, that is half-time here at Medway Park, and it's been a pretty entertaining first half. A couple of sensational tries from Leeds, who managed 10 in all. Butler on from the bench, grabbed a couple. We've seen the likes of Verity Smith and Paul Horrobin coming on for some much-needed game time as well. But that man there has been the star for Hull so far, Tristan Norfolk. Couple of tries for him, and narrowly denied a hat-trick just before the break. We'll be back for the second half coming up here at Medway Park. Don't forget as well, coming up later on, it's London against Halifax. 2:30 start for that. That will be an absolute cracker. Make sure you're with us on the Sportsman for that. But at half-time, it's Leeds Rhinos 58, Hull FC 10.
Before you change it round for the next game, I just need to give you a couple of new.
And a Super League season comes to its conclusion here tonight. It is 4 in a row.
Robinson is a moment for long. He's picked it. A brilliant
Super League season comes to its conclusion here tonight. League season comes to its conclusion here tonight. It is 4 in a row.
Robinson is a moment for long. He's picked it. A brilliant follow try.
And a Super League season comes to its conclusion here tonight. It is 4 in a row.
Robinson is a moment for long. He's picked it. A brilliant follow try.
And a Super League season comes to its conclusion here tonight. It is 4 in a row.
Robinson is a moment for long. He's picked it. A brilliant follow try.
And a Super League season comes to its conclusion here tonight. It is 4 in a row.
Robinson is a moment for long. He's picked it. A brilliant follow try.
That's a big one.
He's powered over the man and scored! Oh, what a claim! And what a try!
Yeah, more live Rugby League to come. The run into the end of the season in the running game. You'll see more live Rugby League here on the Sportsman. This afternoon we're at Medway Park as the Leeds Rhinos lead Hull FC 58 points to 10. It's the second game of the Magic Round. Big win for Wigan earlier on over Warrington, and still to come. Should be a cracker. London against Halifax, a game with huge playoff implications. In the Wheelchair Super League, Mark Wilson with John McMullen here at Medway Park. Leeds against Hull. Hull in the black and white, their famous traditional colours. And they get the kick-off away, and it goes dead. So Leeds will get the ball back here, and that's one of the few differences, isn't it, in the wheelchair game to the running game. If that had been in the running game, then Hull would have expected the ball back courtesy of a dropout. Yeah, so it just gives a third of the pitch up there. So real smart play from the Leeds Rhinos players to let the ball run dead, knowing that they're going to give up a third of the pitch for them to work through now. So as they carry that ball forward well in Clibbins and Mulhall. Yeah, so Leeds have got it. Here's Butler. Butler relishing the game time today, and he's away again, and he's racing away. Butler sliding through one, last-ditch cover tackle. Just can't quite get there. Butler, he's so quick, isn't he? And he wraps up the hat-trick. That was a phenomenal finish, eventually given there. I think there's a little bit of confusion with the officials, but Butler, once he gets away, you're not catching him. Yeah, I think the officials were just taking the time to see if he was fouled in the act of scoring there, which it was deemed that he wasn't. It was just good skill and play, brought through two of the tackles, carrying the ball forward, and then Swange's effort there. Unbelievable push on his wheel and reached across to get it, with Butler leaning to his left out of the chair that he just weren't going to be able to reach over and get him, and a bit of a pat of appreciation there. It's Clibbins, whose effort is waved away. You just saw the look on his face there as he realised he hadn't got it. So Clibbins can't add the extras, but Leeds extend their lead 62 points to 10. And it's another fantastic finish. See him getting the ball down there. Pat on the back from Swange. You made a great point, John, at half-time while we were watching on. We've just seen the Halifax players arrive for their game that's coming up on the Sportsman shortly, and introduce themselves to all the other teams. And there's great camaraderie between these wheelchair players, isn't there? Oh, absolutely. As soon as you go across the red line today, it's war. It's all on. We want to win. It's competitive. But as soon as they're off the field, very good friends and colleagues across the sport. You see people hugging each other all the way through and being part of their sport together. You see kids of a young age getting in chairs, and people bringing mothers and grandmothers along to the games, and just to support the spectacle that is Wheelchair Rugby League family. Yeah. Here is Horrobin. We'll play it now. Mulhall gets it now, moves it along to Clibbins. So James Simpson has, if you like, taken the big guns off here, and a chance for some Leeds players to push a claim. So they're spotting the starting lineup as Smith is tackled. Now Clibbins goes, big boot downfield. What's the bounce like? He's bouncing away, but into the arms there of Norfolk, who did well on the retreat back towards his own post. Picks it up nicely, and Hull get their hands back on the ball, and reward for a decent defensive effort there. Absolutely, you hit the nail on the head there with James Simpson. Not only taking the big guns off, as you put it, but actually giving the other players the opportunity to take them leading roles in it, and knowing players like Josh Butler, Ewan Clibbins and Mulhall want to step up to that play, along with Verity Smith and Horrobin, compete for regular places in the team, because every player wants to play, as we've already said today. Yeah, as now Hull put the kick in. Butler's racing back. It's just trundling towards the try line. It still will need a favourable bounce, Butler, and he gets one, and then he steps away from 1 and 2. Eventually his tag is removed, and I think we need some running repairs to the posts here. They've taken a knock in back play there. Yeah, I think Ewan Clibbins is just going to push it back into place in the right marks there. But one of the differences on that kick chase there that you saw from Leeds, the Leeds players come and put the chair between them and the ball as the ball was being retrieved, whereas in the past the Hull players separated and did it. And actually having multiple chairs in the way isn't more of an obstacle, but some fantastic skill there by Clibbins to Butler past that. Yeah. But it's like you said, it's the intricacies of it all, isn't it? As Butler works it short side, here's Horrobin, tries a flick pass, gets it away. Butler alert, takes it in. He gets his tag back on. Here now is Clibbins. Clibbins working his way forward. They missed the tackle there, but eventually the tackle is made. Not the best player, the ball from Clibbins. They get away with it. Or do they? No, the official on the near side has said that that ball did go forward. So
I think she's got it right there. Becky Whiteley, referee today, number 2, who look after the defensive efforts of the team. She'd already done a game this morning on the first one, and she's got one more to come today. So a big day of these match officials all stepping in and absolutely correct with the call on that knock on there from Leeds Rhinos.
Yeah. I think it's something that works well. We had obviously the controversy in the World Cup final, didn't we, with the French official, but I think the 2 referee scenario works really well in wheelchair rugby league. It's so quick, isn't it? You do need 2 sets of eyes on it.
At all times, and in the big games and where we can get it, we like 4 sets of eyes on in-goal referees as well to see the groundings, because of the intricacies of how quick things happen, whether tags are a split second off or not off. I think it does, and we're always on the lookout for new match officials as well. So any budding officials out there that don't want to go out in the rain and running, there is an opportunity to get involved in the wheelchair elements as well.
Here come Hull. Oh, Norfolk gets through one. Has he got some support pushing up? He's trying to get a runner. He's trying to turn the runner underneath. They didn't go underneath, and that meant eventually that Norfolk, who was tackled, in effect, what was he moved off the mark there? That's a turnover of possession.
Yeah, I think it just all the tackles out. He was looking for Sherwood to go on his inside there, and he didn't come, so I think he was a bit frustrated at the end of that play. But again, they're turning the possession over in the right places and just showing you there how difficult it is actually to get the tags off some of the plays when you're constantly moving. You think you've got it and it slips between your fingers and it doesn't come off, even when they're tied in together with you.
Yeah. Here is Clivens going for the kick downfield. Butler launches himself forward, but he can't get there. I think he just got his hand caught in the wheel there, maybe, or between the 2 chairs. There was Butler's come away as the ball went in the touch. And
as we spoke about there, where the chairs, that time Hull very much there did put themselves between the ball and the thing, and creating and learning from them opportunities to be better from every play.
With Hull coming down this near side. Tackle is made, and Nathan Sherwood knocked out of his chair. Down below us here on the gantry. And now the ball with Norfolk. He's out of his chair. Dangerous there, but
yeah, 2 good contacts from the chairs, both legal. None of the players complaining or thing. They just get up and get on with it.
Yeah, and what I have noticed again about this sport, if a player on the opposite side realises their opponent is falling, they will break their fall, they will catch them, they will help them back in their chair.
Absolutely, we want the players to be fit and as fast as you can to show you, the spectators, the best spectacle that you can see in relation to the game, and that's why it's paramount. But then straight after, we're going to put our chair straight in front and try and whack you.
Yeah, that's it. And that's a pretty fair assessment of this sport. Played in a great spirit, great skill. If you're there to be whacked, you're getting whacked.
Absolutely.
Ball here with Butler. He's wrapped up. Norfolk can't. He did just about complete the tackle. And Butler's run out of tags, so he needs a few more there. He'll get them onto his lap quickly. And now it's Mulhall. A couple of tries earlier on. Looking now to get it away to Clivens. Clivens to Butler. Butler with a sidestep. Great sidestep. Weaving his way through. Gets the pass away. Meredith Smith going for the corner. Can they get there? Oh, block-busting tackle comes in. And Meredith Smith smashed in a touch. Saw the try line. But the Hull FC defence closed the door.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a great defensive effort as they was making it. The tackle was complete. The play put into touch. It was an outstanding piece of skill and defence. Hull winning possession back. On the other side, you see that in the running game, plays flying for them corners to get it ball down, where they created space, and in that situation there weren't the space, so it's now Hull's possession.
It is.
Tackle 4.
Oh, no, official.
Tackle 5.
Said that
5 and last.
this is the last
tag
tackle
was taken before
they went over the sideline. So here come Leeds then, little grubber kick in behind, but there's too much on it. And Hull survived. Credit Hull there, that was a really good, they were bust open down that touchline and they got back. And as we keep saying, they're getting chairs, they're getting bodies in front of the attackers.
Absolutely, breaking each game up into the separate sections of what you're going to do. The nurse starting a third of the pitch up the pitch, which is a great starting point on the 8-metre line to kind of take it forward. What you're seeing here with the disjointed in the Leeds defence now, as you go to the wide shot, you'll see the line and the chairs are not always going in the same direction and at the same pace. When they do that and they get that connection, that's when they're at the strongest.
Rare there from North, couldn't take it in. Horobin quickly pounces on the loose ball, gets it away to Clibbins. Clibbins to Butler. Butler gets it away back to Clibbins, coming down this near side. And he's going to be tackled. Horobin wants it, leads the line, gets it away. Neat hands here, Mulhall had the overlap, didn't use it and tackled centre field. That was a chance for Leeds that maybe just needed one more pass. They're coming to this near side now. Lovely flick pass out the back. This time they'll get it to Horobin. Horobin for the corner. And the try is scored. Horobin powers over despite the best efforts of Hull FC there. Well, he's a big man, Horobin, and they just couldn't get to the shoulders, and he's loving it. The big fella, he's on for a try. This is where it all came about from the knock-on.
Yeah, capitalising on it, picking the ball up, resetting, and then creating a lovely little run around there, if you like, from Clibbins and Butler, giving Horobin a little bit of space in the corner, and just sheer size and power got him over the line there to get the ball down and score the 4 points.
Yeah, great finish. Clibbins looking to add the extras, just pushes it past the far post. And again, a look of sheer dejection from Ewan Clibbins. He wants to take these opportunities at goal kicking, but he just pushed it wide. 66 points to 10, but Hull FC, well, it took a good bit of skill, and in the end, a bit of sheer power. Look at the effort, the desperation of Sherwood. He just could not get that tag off Horobin. And Horobin,
lovely,
enjoying it. Try for him, being involved in the squad for a few years now at Leeds.
Yeah, and getting more game time, and the only way you get better is by playing in more games, and James Simpson's recognising that to make sure that they can give the players in the Super League squad more playing opportunity and time, because it is difficult to get at this level and standard, and the only way you're going to get better is by playing, and that's what Hull will take from today. Is they've all had lots of game time to play, some of the best players in the world with it.
Yeah, that's it. There'll be plenty of lessons learned as Mulhall is tackled centre field by Midgley. And here now the ball fired wide to Clibbins, who puts the brakes on, spins and gets it away to Butler. Butler's got Horobin now. Horobin on the charge. Support outside in the shape of Clibbins, who's going to kick across field. Norfolk have to reach out. Can he get back in the field of play? He's tackled on the line. So that will be a play of the ball, and great work from Norfolk there. It was a tough kick to deal with, but he did it nicely.
Absolutely, yeah. It's skilled. Finding yourself in the right position at the right time is the sign of a good player, and doing that consistently is the difference between a good and a great player. And Tristan is starting to become and step up, as we've seen today. Very elusive, very creative, strong, powerful, and long, gangly reach as well to make sure that he can get his hand and arm in through places where other players can't.
Yeah. Ball carried forward, offloaded. Swanger couldn't take it in.
Knock on there,
that was a knock on. Maybe the pass from David Gill was a little bit of a false one on that occasion, but you know, we've mentioned it a couple of times now. These guys are 53 minutes in the black and white of Hull FC. They're going to be running on empty. They're being pushed maybe further than they're used to at the moment in terms of game time, but they're sticking in here and they're getting stuck into Leeds right now. And that's a credit to them, isn't it?
Absolutely, and I think what we're seeing here now is Clibbins and Butler. If you see the middle part of it, you're seeing more of a play inside of their game rather than actually just the running threat and the speed and pace that they bring to it. Now we're actually seeing them play and offload because they have to do that, as you've just seen there, creating
right on
space.
cue. Yeah, the pass from Clibbins finds Butler, who's relishing playing in the middle of the park. getting his hands on the ball a lot more this afternoon, and that is a 4th of the afternoon for Butler. And I think Clibbins will be pretty pleased as well, because this kick right at the side of the post. But those two linking up, and again, look, Leeds are a team used to playing in the big games. If they do lose a player to injury, they're going to need the likes of Clibbins and Butler maybe to take up a more senior role in the team.
Yeah, and today they are both stepping up to that plate, and as you saw before with Tom waiting for them chairs or creating that space, he managed to create that space and do it there as Clibbins knocks over the 2 points. Yeah,
be happy with that one. And that extends the lead 72 points to 10. The 13th Leeds try of the afternoon so far. But it is a sport where we do see plenty of tries. This is, you know, it's not unsurprising. But Hull, to be fair to them, are sticking in here. They're giving this a good go. And keep mentioning it, they're missing a couple of their star players today. And add them into the mix, it's a different outcome. But those that are here are giving it everything for the black and white and the Hull FC badge. As the kick is gathered by Butler, who wants to run from his own goal line. Oh, look at that. The bunny hop gets him out of one tackle. He's still going. Gets it away to Clibbins. Clibbins now has got defenders turned against him. Clibbins is racing away here. Has he got the pace to get in? This will be one of the great all-time Rugby League tries, and Clibbins scores it. What about the setup there from Butler? The bunny hop to get out of the tackle, and Clibbins sprints in the length of the field. That was sensational Rugby League, and Leeds have another try.
Who's Bevan French and Jai Fields from Wigan Warriors when you've got the Leeds Rhinos duo of Josh Butler and Ewan Clibbins. Outstanding piece of never to say die or take the tackle attitude from Butler. Offloads it to Clibbins, who's in a great position for support, and what an exceptional show of pace to leave the Hull defenders behind. And it was actually a great kick chase from Tristan Norfolk, just missed the tackle through the evasion.
And this side, Clibbins adds a conversion from the sideline. His second goal, converts his own try. Well, we've seen a couple of superb Rugby League tries this afternoon, and this was one of the best. The bunny hop. What's that all about?
Well, I think where the share base is a pyramid and a triangle at the bottom. What you tend to have is if you can get your bottom part of your chair over the bottom part of somebody else's chair, you get an extra inch of a gap. That's it in between, and Josh has realised that. He's been able to do that and lift his chair with the reach up and evade the tackle.
Sensational as Jody Boyd Ward evades the tackle. Well, national player at the World Cup. Here's Clibbins again, starting to relish it now. And maybe we will just see a little bit of a drop-off from Hull, because they're being tested now. And the Leeds bench is starting to go through the gears, and Hull are starting to tire here at Medway Park. Halliwell back on, gets the ball out wide, and Collins is racing away. Collins has got Norfolk to beat, goes in and out. Great tackle. Again, Hull, look at all 5 players round the ball there. That means, oh, they're short on the edge. Jody Boyd Ward going for the corner, ducks under the tackle and gets the try. So again, Leeds going from one end of the field to the other. But you've got to commend the Hull defence there. When they got to Nathan Collins, which not many do, they got 5 around him. Just meant they were short of numbers, and the pass too good.
Yeah, 3 minutes of exceptional Rugby League wheelchair there, from defence to attack and attack again, and that was a special bit of play, and probably my favourite try because of the support defence, getting the ball out, making 2 8-metre passes to get the ball to Jody Boyd Ward as quick as he can on the space on the outside, and in the doing so managed the player who was reaching for the tackles in Mike Ninja. He's managed to come out of his chair, both his wheels come off, his straps have come off, and I think he's banged his knee, and hopefully it's not going to be too detrimental, because the players have only got 5 of them here for today, so we don't want to lose a player off the field.
No, Clibbins from the far sideline. He's had a couple of goals from the near. Can he add extras from the far? No, he can't. Cry of anguish as he misses the target. 82-10, and 3 tries in 3 minutes there. Well worked tries as well. And this one, at this point, you think Collins is in down the sideline, but they got there in numbers, and Norfolk, having stopped him initially, they're all coming back trying to get in and around, but That leads to an overlap and a lovely pass from Clibbins in the end.
Yeah, and that's what's happening with the opportunities that the coaches are giving them to step up. They're stepping up now and showing that they've got them skills. But I think the reintroduction of Halliwell and Collins in that corner here on the left-hand side step created that.
Certainly did. As the kick-off is regathered. Could be a painful last 20 minutes or so here for Hull FC. Can they stay in the battle as Mulhall sees a gap? Good defence. Here's Halliwell. It's it to Clibbins. Clibbins is tackled. Just over halfway here. Halliwell now will get the pass away to Mulhall. Mulhall will get it in here to Clibbins. Nice hands. Collins over to the far touchline. Not tackled. We'll find Boyd Ward. Boyd Ward now carries back towards the near side. Leeds starting to show their skill. Boyd Ward just tackled. And she was looking to offload the pass down the touchline. That would have surely been another Leeds try. Here's Halliwell. It's going to kick in behind. Will it hit the post? No. And despite Halliwell's best efforts there, the ball just took a bounce, a kick forward, and it goes dead in goal.
Yeah, 8-metre restart here, and this is where Hull need to be that sensible. Let's get through our sets, let's get to the process and complete with a kick here now coming out of their own 8 metres.
Not had much good ball second half. Got to respect possession if they can here. Slow play of the ball, but Hull are not in any rush. They don't need to play fast here. We've got a penalty.
Offside there, they've not restricted the 4 metres to Becky. I think it's the first time this that any of the teams have been penalised for not making the full 4 metres.
What a kick that is, by the way. That's gone, what, 3/4 of the field, hasn't it? It's put Hull on the attack. I thought it went out a bit further down the line than that. I don't think he's got full value.
Cross. Yeah, not at all. I agree 100% with that. It looked like it went out a lot closer, but what an absolute collision that was.
Yeah, great shot. And again, Collins just holding up there. His opponent, Mike Midgley, stops him falling to the ground as Norfolk takes on the line. Is there a third Hull score in this one? They're loading up numbers here. Can they get the pass away? No, they didn't. They had the shape there, Hull, but didn't get the ball through hands. Now they're looking to go back to that left-hand side, and here they go now. Little kick over the top, just skips away. Maybe missed a couple of opportunities there, Hull FC, but they've not been down that end too much in this second half. Had to do a lot of defending, and it wasn't quite the attack on point at that moment.
Yeah, just a great tackle there from Nathan Collins. He just took the tag before the play. He was expecting him to do so, as he can sneak up with his pace and then kick into the corner. Ideally would have stayed in the field, but now Leeds bring the ball out from their own 8 metres.
Yeah, they do. Halliwell feigns to kick. Will get the ball. He's not tackled yet. He's now looks for a quick play of the ball to Collins, and chairs are turned, and there's trouble coming here for Hull FC. Clibbins tried to burst through, but he's tackled just over halfway. Don't forget, London Halifax to come on the Sportsman. Gets underway at 2:30. That will be a barnstormer here. Some big names from the world of wheelchair rugby going head to head as London take on Halifax. There's a little dribble kick in behind. Can Clibbins get there first? No, he can't. Denied by Sherwood. He's had a good game, hasn't he, Nathan Sherwood? He's really put himself about. He's got involved and done plenty of hard work as well.
Yeah, I think the whole of the team, the whole team are sharing out that work. They're sharing the carries, they're sharing the defence. And what they're really doing better than I've seen ever before now is they're rallying around each other, not getting frustrated, even though they're on the back end of some high points scoring from an excellent Leeds team. They're not getting frustrated. They're going through the processes and they're trying to get there. And that's where the points have come from, in building that pressure.
Yeah, that pass though, was it not forward? I think it was. A little bit of a miscommunication on that occasion. And the ball goes to ground, and Hull got some more defending to do here with 17 minutes or so remaining. Chance for Leeds then to add to their 14 tries here.
Yeah, this is that fatigue point we spoke about now in the last quarter of the game. I think it's this is going to be the toughest test for the team, and they're still talking, they're still communicating, and they need to stay as tight as they can in the defensive endeavours here, making sure that they've not got the wheels turned away from the plays coming towards them.
Clibbins gets it away. Beautiful hands, beautiful, and that's Mulhall who will go in. Out the corner, cuts underneath to make the conversion easier, but that was breathtaking hands there. The skill involved there from Leeds, the sleight of hand, the pace of the passing just undid Hull. And that was a great team move.
Yeah, Tom Halliwell taking the ball to the line, a little pop pass, then Clibbons had it, pop pass to Collins and pop pass to Mulhall to put the ball down. Basically untouched in what was great chair movement and creating numbers on the outside edge. So Collins, the worthy recipient, and I think now looking to convert his own kick.
Yeah, it's Mulhall who's going to kick it. He kicks it, so that is 88 points to 10. That was a beautiful team try. All 5 players had hands on the ball in that, so it is the ultimate team try. But it's the passing, it's the timing of the run. You just see here the run from Clibbins, and then looping round is Collins, and they just couldn't get Mulhall on the touchline. 88 points to 10. Scoreline starting to blow out a little bit. We suspected it would with the lack of Hull's changes that they can make from the bench today.
I think it's a worthy shout out as well at this point here. We've got a new wheelchair rugby league team here for the first time in Brentwood Eels. Anthony, the chairman, is here. He's doing the kicking tee in the water in the background of the play here, and along with the 2 players that are going to be playing the game this season, finishing off and turning up and helping out a club from a different area just because you want to be part and parcel of this sport's an exceptional effort.
It is. Collins was tackled just shy of halfway. Here's Boyd Ward now. Will carry it. Boyd Ward trying to weave through. And the tackle made there by Mike Swanger. Halliwell gets it to Collins. Collins to Clibbins. Clibbins just tackled. Great work on the inside from Mike Midgley. But here come Leeds again, and Collins is too quick. And Collins gets through. Despite the best efforts, Hull take out the post, but they couldn't take out Nathan Collins. And Collins slices through again. The try is starting to flow here at Medway Park.
Yeah, just like the running game here at this part here, as Nathan gets his hands on the ball from a good tag here. If you watch and create after the tackle's completed here, he takes the ball forward, and then you get young Nathan Sherwood shows the chair the outside one, and you're not going to stop Nathan Collins when he's shot out of a rocket like he did there in that under the sticks.
Yeah, great run, great pace. Mulhall from in front adds the extras. 94 points to 10. Still 14 minutes to go, and just a sign there. What have we had? 6 tries in 16 minutes. They can put them on quickly, Leeds, and I guess the last thing you want to see for your Hull FC today with your lack of interchanges is the likes of Collins and Halliwell coming back on for the last 20. But as we said at the top of the show, John, they've got a Challenge Cup final that they're building up to.
Absolutely, and it's all the focus to make sure that the team's got the right processes, they've got the joint understanding, and now what you're seeing, a connected Leeds defence when they're in Hull are in possession.
Kick off here.
A great little kick. A try.
That is going to be a try, because I don't think Clibbins grounded it, and he slams the ball down in frustration. Well, you talk about chasing down the kick. Mike Midgley's done exactly that. Clibbins didn't get the ball out of the field of play. He's willing it to go over here, Clibbins. He eventually chooses to play it, doesn't collect it. And there is Hull FC's Mike Midgley to get a try, and that's a try out of sheer hard work. Look at him, he's gassed, isn't he? But he's got a smile on his face. He's on the try scorers list. 3rd try for Hull FC.
Yeah, same part this. As you look through and look back the running game there a couple of weeks ago when we saw Jake Truman chasing the ball back from St Helens player in Jack Wellesby. He falls it back and then ends up scoring in the corner. Exactly the same situation now has taken place, and Hull managing to benefit from that never give up attitude.
Yeah, I think there's been a lot to like. Look, you can look at the score. There's been a lot to like from this Hull FC performance. This would be a heck of a kick as well from Mike Swanger out wide. Sends it on its way. Oh, it's waved away. I thought for a moment that looked good, but just the wrong side of the upright from Swanger. And it is 94 points to 14, but all about from the kickoff, and we mentioned the bounce of the ball. Clibbins was willing it over, but once he's made the decision to play it, John, he's got to pick that up, hasn't he? Absolutely, yeah. The ball made the best plays in the world look silly at times, and that was an opportunity to, along with the effort that came from Hull FC's chasing Mike Midget. So it's one of those that is an outstanding piece of effort and skill to score and ground the ball. Oh, kickoff is a dangerous one. Can Boyd Ward keep it in? No, goes into touch on the far side, and that'll be a Hull possession as they got it, and they're just lining themselves up here. What have Hull got left in a last 11 minutes or so? Gutsy, courageous performance from them. London, Halifax to come. England and French internationals on show. Looking forward to that one. World Cup winners, World Cup runners-up involved. And it's a game that will be pivotal in who finishes where in that top 4 and the race to the grand final in October. That's only second to the up-and-coming Challenge Cup final as well, so teams have always got one eye on the next up-and-coming games as well as the long-term objectives. So I think it's a great today. Oh wow, yeah, Clibbins is off here. The kick from Norfolk bounced up beautifully, and Clibbins is away. Norfolk is doing his best to close the gap, but Clibbins will score. Well, it ended up being a kick that was as good as a pass. It took a beautiful bounce, didn't it? And Clibbins, who was undone by the bounce at one end, he gets a nice bounce there and he races away to score. Yeah, a fantastic piece of skill there from Tristan Norfolk. Ball kicked into the floor looking for an awkward bounce. The chase work joined up from Hull FC, giving the opportunity for him to go around Gill and then finish in the corner. But what great effort that. There was literally a fingertip away from taking his tag on the chase back from Norfolk, who made the original kick as well. So both teams in and competing, and Mulhall's continuing with his conversions. He is, yeah. So they're sharing the kicking around here, Leeds, today. That's their 17th try. Paul's having a bit of trouble getting the ball to sit on the kicking tee as he would like, and they're quite fussy, aren't they, the kickers? They want it right, or they're not going to proceed. Now he's got it settled on there. He's having a good crack with the Mike Swain's parents there on the sideline at the same time, laughing and rubbing his hands together. Yeah, he's not. I don't think he's happy with the kicking tee, is he? Because I think, am I right in saying they all have their own individual, or they would like their own individual one, and maybe not quite at the right height. But this is the try that led to the kick that ultimately missed. Yeah, it's a very specific role in kicking tee, because you get it wrong and you hit your fingers and you bang your hand, and it can hurt as you're doing the conversions. And I think in that situation, using Nathan Collins' kicking tee, it didn't quite work for him. The kicking tee needs to be below or the same height as the wheel of the chair that you're playing in, as one of the technicalities. And yeah, the size of your arm and the swing of it, as you see Tristan kick here, is different. Ball bounces over Butler, and it's not going to go dead, so Butler's got to bring it off. Brilliant pass, finds Collins, he's got an overlap, might not need it. Collins cuts back in field, gets it away to Halliwell. Halliwell racing downfield, got support, he's trying to outpace Norfolk, and Leeds, he's had a tackle. He's got a tackle. What a tackle! What a tackle that is. Tristan Norfolk, take a bow. It might only delay the inevitable, it will, as Collins will score. But what an effort that was. I was watching some highlights of the whole World Club Challenge when Sonny Nicol raced 80 metres back to make a tackle against the winger. That was reminiscent, wasn't it? What an effort that was. Leeds looked like they'd gone the length of the field, and Norfolk, well, this never say die attitude from Hull FC is to be commended. This is an outstanding effort. Yeah, Josh Butler having the guts, the tenacity to believe in his own team, to pick up the ball, literally going dead in goal. And as he does that, he flicks it over to Nathan Collins. Nathan Collins along the way, a great sprint through. You think all day that Tom Halliwell's going to score that. Outstanding chase back by Tristan Norfolk there, and then it was scored on the play after by Nathan Collins. Yeah, who converts the try, so it is 104 points to 14 now in favour of Leeds. There's some moments in sport you've just got to admire, and that effort you've got to admire. Brilliant, having played 73 minutes near enough, led from the front.
Yeah, it just shows the developments of the sport continuing to go and the skill sets around it. And who'd have thought a player from Hull FC keeping or catching Tom Halliwell in that way that he just did there, Manor.
Leeds bringing it off their own line here. The tackle is made. This is it again. Look at this. Tom Halliwell is away. How has he got the tag? The timing of that tackle is unbelievable. I'm sure that'll be on a highlights reel somewhere tonight on social media as Collins kicks over the top. Hull need a bounce of the ball, but they're not going to get it. It's Halliwell who's in, and Halliwell will score. Touches down. The point's starting to flow now. Hull, the tired team, not quite able to get back on this occasion. And it is Halliwell who scores the try. And it's the 19th of the afternoon for the Rhinos.
Yeah, great play there from Josh Butler. Kicks it, picks it up and passes it through to Nathan Collins. Tom Halliwell, he was on it straight away and was not going to be tackled this time, because I think he's still in shot that he was tackled from that great chase back from Tristan Norfolk in the previous one, and it should definitely have its own highlights reel of the tackles of the day, because the hit on Smith in the corner as well from Tristan Norfolk, and I think it was Nathan Sherwood as well. Outstanding pieces of defence, skill and effort, and the score definitely doesn't reflect the commitment and effort today by Hull FC. Yeah,
there'll be a few bumps and bruises on the bus home, I'm sure, for both sides. It has been, in terms of the score, a one-sided game, but Hull FC have come determined to put themselves about here.
Yeah, he was offside at the kick there. Tristan got in front of the kicker, which is the right call. It's a great call by the match official there to put them onside, and Hull have now got to defend again from the halfway line.
Yeah, I think there could be more points incoming here. Narrow, but there you go. Official calls it.
Knees and toes.
What can Hull do defensively here? There'll be plenty of blood and thunder coming up shortly on the Sportsman as well. 2:30 start. London Halifax on the way. Really looking forward to that game. John and I'll be with you for that one as Butler tries to offload it. Couldn't quite get the pass to Boyd Ward. Here now is Collins, fires the pass to Halliwell. Beautiful pass again. But the tackle, Halliwell has just put his tag back on, so the try won't count. But again, the speed of the pass, the skill of the pass. Here's Mulhall.
You've seen the pendulum work very, very well here by Leeds Rhinos, and it's a skilled and track move that they're switching it from side to side and creating the additional number now as Collins comes round. Little flick ball in, but Mike got in the way there and stopped that defence, but they've got another 6 tackles on the line again. Yeah,
Midgley makes the tackle. 4 minutes about remaining here. Leeds with Halliwell. Ball over the top to Butler. Butler not tackled. Butler will try and work his way through. He now is tagged. We'll look to play it here to Collins. Collins fires it now. Ball back on the inside. Beautiful pass. Jody Boyd Ward in under the post. And that's a well-worked Leeds try. And they are starting to show their skills here. Already denied earlier on, but the handling skills superb. And Jody Boyd Ward is in. This was a tackle earlier on Halliwell. It's another last-ditch effort, isn't it? Oh, you could argue he maybe got that ball away.
I actually thought he did get it away and it was unlucky there, but you only go with the calls that are made. Leeds got on with it, and what they've been doing very well is doing the outside pass to the outside loop, and on that occasion switched it around and did the outside pass onto an inside loop coming through, and that created that space for Jody to go under the sticks.
Collins to add the extras, and he does. 116 points to 14 now. So Collins been pretty efficient with the boots, and see got the kicking tee back.
Here's that lovely ball again. He's bringing the defender across with him. They're thinking he's going to come round and try. Jody will come on the outside, and then it's just on the inside to vary the play up, which is creating that space for them to go forward with.
Yeah, Jody Boyd Ward, international player, and one of the top players in the Wheelchair Super League as well. Again, just proof it is a sport for anybody and everybody. All welcome to play wheelchair rugby league. Just got to be brave enough, I think, to climb in the chair and see what it's like.
Yeah, and you've already alluded at parts in this game there where the collisions are fierce and really fast, but the chair takes and absorbs a lot of that hit, and you only get this at the top end of the game. So when you're starting, there's very minimal and little contact to start and getting you in chairs. But what you are seeing on display here is an absolute masterclass in how you create additional numbers and play. But the whole defence there is up to it. They're all in tune and in sync in how they're moving along as one line defensively.
Here's a kick in behind Hull. Collins is after it. Collins is going to win the race. And Collins will get the try. Touches down. And that's his 5th of the afternoon. And the try is given. And Leeds, as expected, pouring on the points. But I think what James Simpson will be very pleased with here is the crispness and the quality of the handling and also the kicking game. It's led to several tries this afternoon.
Yeah, and I think that's the sad part for the whole team. They get the line in order and connected and working together, all communicating, and then the skill set that the Leeds Rhinos players have there in Halliwell, the little kick through to, like on a drawstring, post it to the right place at the right time, and the speed and skill they've got with Nathan Collins chasing through Josh Butler, Ewan Clibbons, they're going to score tries and they're going to get to that ball first and foremost and make it a real spectacle for everybody today.
Collins can't add the extras on this occasion, didn't quite draw it round enough, and it just goes past the post, and the referee blows the whistle, and that brings an end to conclusion. Don't let the scoreline fool you. Leeds, one of the best teams in the business, as Collins wraps it up with a final try on the afternoon. Celebrations for Leeds. They came here knowing it was their last outing before their Challenge Cup final, and boy, did they put on a performance. They led 46-0 earlier on. Plenty of tries shared around, but Hull FC, well, they gave it everything. Turned up, no interchanges available, but they tried and gave it everything. Some wonderful bits of skill. Tristan Norfolk with a couple of tries. Mike Midgley getting one as well. And a couple of great defensive efforts. And there should be smiles all around from Hull FC, John, because they've given everything here. And I think as a supporter of any club, if your team have given it everything they've got, you can't ask for any more than that.
No, and I think that's the great part about our sport now. You'll see the players going around taking applaud for the effort and commitment that they put in there, and all the team hugging and thanking each other for the effort. And that's one of the things that you do need to take from here is some exceptional skill players.
Yeah, it is. Thanks to John. Well done to Leeds Rhinos and Hull FC. Coming up at 2:30 on the Sportsman. We've got a real barnstormer for you. It's London against Halifax. Make sure you join us back here for that one. Kicks off at 2:30 this afternoon here at Medway Park. But game 2 of the Magic Round is done. It's Leeds Rhinos who are the winners. They've beaten Hull FC by 120 points to 14. Oh, that's a big one.